Hi, Govan, and welcome back to another Era Quinn Calendar. We have been excited and waiting for this match. We're doing our Monster Match series, where we explained in episode 13 how we matched up all the monsters. We went through a couple of random rounds and basically rolled dice and pit them all off against each other. We had 16 different monsters that we were pitting up in random matches against each other. We took the results of all those matches and then ranked them in a Swiss-style competitive tournament where we've got two pools and we're eliminating them one model at a time. And you can guess these two monsters have worked their way to the top. So in one of the two pools, these two guys are the top monsters against each other. In the other pool right now we have the dragon waiting to fight whoever wins this match. And there's so much more we could say about that. So, Estinus, in this video we're going to show off the models. We're going to talk about the dice.
We've got some special new ones that are hanging out in this video.
Yeah, I'll explain those. We've got some spectators in the back because Treebeard lost the last match on Beorn, so he's here cheering. And just because we have so much respect and love for the Shadow and Flame guys, this is their Birch Ent. And you can, I think, still get some commission work done from them. They're not doing quite as much as they were. They're busy. They're booked up like crazy because they're just such talented guys. And we've got the Dweller here cheering for the Balrog, and a curious spectator in the back who's just, minding his own business, trying to see what happens in this match so he can plan ahead for his next match. So we'll show you these guys. We'll show you their profiles. What else do we got to say? Then we're going to roll a bunch of dice, right?
Yep, just basically straight into the profiles.
Straight into the profiles. Well, okay, so here's some dice quick first. This is a custom die that we had cut by Chessex. Chessex makes some great dice, and we just love their dice. So this one is called Vortex Green. The Vortex series of dice all are kind of swirly like this. It has gold pips, and we put a sprout on the number 6 side. There's the one. So Beorn is going to be rolling saplings. The Balrog is going to be rolling ice. This is from the Gemini series, also from Chessex. This one is Gemini White Teal, and it's just a beautiful blended translucent teal color with black pips, and we put a frosty snowflake on there. That happens to actually be the Disney Frozen snowflake, and we made a bunch of these for my daughter's Disney Frozen army, which you can see a little bit of on our Facebook page and on our no, we don't have anything on that on the YouTube channel. And we'll do an evaluation on that one some other time. But yeah, so we had some fun making some custom dice there. If you've been watching this channel and you've already seen both of these models, this is my Ice Balrog. Basically just changed the color palette. He's got a purple underbelly, darker underbelly, blue base coat, and it's a very sort of pale icy blue, washed up and painted up icy. I am working actually on his replacement, where I'm carving off all of the ice flames and replacing them with ice shards and actually making a proper ice Balrog. So having fun with that conversion. Beorn, much simpler, based him with some cork because he lives in the Carrick and very foresty kind of a space. So just put a couple layers of cork on there with a bunch of planted material, bit of a tree on the back with some loose clump foliage there from Woodland Scenics. And my man-sized model also has a bit of a silver hinting in his hair, so he's got just some dry brush silver in his hair so that he matches up with the man-sized model. That's all we're going to say about those two guys for now, right?
Yep.
So, we've got a couple of books here ready to go.
The big man himself.
Estinus is the real expert here. He's going to walk us through.
Alright, so we've got the Balrog. Probably one of the nastiest, if not the nastiest character in the game at this moment. It's between him and Sauron. But 6-inch move, fight 10, 3+ shoot value with his Fiery Lash, which is an 8-inch throwing weapon at strength 7. If it does not kill, it will drag into base contact. Strength 9, defense 9, 4 attacks, 10 wounds, courage 7, and is fearless. So actually both Beorn and the Balrog are fearless, so there will be no courage tests in this match. No might, 10 will, no fate. Ancient evil, 18-inch bubble of -1 courage. Resistant to magic and terror. Goblin mastery won't come into effect. Basically, it's a 12-inch bubble around the Balrog of auto-passing courage for goblins, which is actually very effective in point match play. Flame of Udin almost never comes into play, but it's really cool. The Balrog is never considered to be unarmed. That is specifically for a model that is actually from his own list. The Gundabad Black Shield Shaman that can shatter weapons. And then any model that is wounded by the Balrog and is not saved by fate must roll dice. On a roll of a 6, they are set ablaze, which is basically a strength 9 hit, same as the Balrog's actual strength. And then it is an additional strength 5 hit at the end of every turn if they do not stop, drop, and roll. Additionally, the Balrog is also immune to fire, which includes the Dragon's Breathe Fire and Set Ablaze from other models.
Maybe quite sort of quiet caveat on that. The Balrog's strikes are what might set people ablaze, so the Fiery Lash cannot. This has to be an actual strike in base contact.
Yeah. Demon of the Ancient World, this is what made it actually worth its points. That along with a couple other small modifications. But this is the big one. The Balrog gets a free heroic combat every round, which means it can actually kill its point value if you actually get enough time in the game. Additionally, any insta-wound special abilities or rules or whatever, such as Morgul Blades or the Necromancer or anything like that, will only inflict half of the Balrog's wounds rather than all of them. So it is much more durable against 40-point Castellans of Dol Guldur, which
One of these
was
little annoyances. There are a handful of models in the game that actually need this clarification. And they did put this clarification in on the Balrog, but things like Smaug and Sauron don't have it.
Smaug should really have this.
Yeah, and or a Mumak, for example. So there are a couple of things where you can use a Morgul Blade and instantly kill something. And they clarified this on the Balrog to make sure you couldn't take out a Balrog with a Morgul Blade. So that was a nice clarification to see. All right, now we take a look at Beorn.
Only in bear form, because in this monster mash we will never have any man-sized models or anything like that. So he will not be starting as a man, he will actually have his bear profile. 8-inch move, faster than a Balrog with a wingspan of like 50 meters.
One of the only weirdnesses about the Balrog, it's funny, the lore isn't clear on whether Balrogs can fly. There's different opinions on that, but I don't know of any place in Tolkien's writings where it actually makes clear that the Balrogs can fly. It does actually have some talk about the Balrogs riding on dragons even. Although it was deemed something that they do, it tended to be something they did just for the effect and the fear and shock and awe of the whole thing. But only in the lore. So when we talk about the movie, of course, the Balrog did fly with Gandalf when they had their final duel at Khazad-dûm. But not in the game. So Bjorn's faster, and Angry Bear is faster than a Balrog.
So 8-inch move, fight 8, no shooting weapons to speak of, strength 8, defense 8, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 6, fearless, yet again, so no courage test required. Asterix carried over from his man profile, so basically 3 might, 3 will, 3 fate. Burly, also only to do with man profile. Resistant to magic, terror, and woodland creature. But we are in the icy north, so that will not give him any benefit. Crushing strength. This is the big thing that actually will give him a chance against the Balrog. If he wins a fight, then this is a special brutal power attack he can do, where instead of striking normally, he can do a single strength 10 attack. If the strength 10 attack wounds, he can do another one until he fails to wound or until the model is slain. These strength 10s continue infinitely until one of those two conditions is met, which means theoretically Beorn can kill any model in the game in a single turn.
This is his fighting chance on the Balrog. Interesting little side note here. Heroic actions. He does have heroic strike, strength, and defense, so he can call a heroic strike, get up to the same fight value as a Balrog, and then wreck it. So we'll see how this plays out. This is one of the biggest reasons we've been excited to try this match.
And then Berserk. It is really, it doesn't have anything, like, this won't affect the match at all. But he must charge if he's able to do so, which he will want to do anyway. And he cannot use the stand fast or heroic actions of other models while he is in bear form.
He's just a big angry bear. Now we skip the heroics off of the Balrog. What can a Balrog do?
Nothing.
I don't think it has any heroics.
It doesn't have any might to speak of either. It only gets the heroic combat.
There you go. And even if it did have heroics, I'm sure you wouldn't want to use them half of the time anyway.
Nope.
All right, here's Balrog and Beorn. Let's set them up. We'll give them their 12-inch start.
Handy little counter from the starter box.
The starter box is one of the most brilliant products I think I've ever seen come out of GW. They just did such a great job with that starter box, which is why we got 2. All right, so here we go. Getting ready for round 1, Balrog versus Beorn. Are you going to roll dice for the Balrog? You've been anxious for this, haven't you?
I have been waiting for this one.
Priority first round, here we go. Beorn takes a 5, Balrog takes a 2.
Alright.
Beorn knows that this Fiery Lash is going to be a problem, and he's got to take every little extremity he can here to try to make sure the Balrog does not cause unnecessary damage. So he's got to stay right out of range.
You gotta stay 14 inches away.
No kidding. That's cheese. Beorn has to run into the Balrog if he is able to charge. He's not able to charge, so we're actually going to back off 2 inches. Can you believe that? Because we got to time this charge and make sure that we get in some serious attackage.
Well, I'm going to be exciting.
Yep, so you're going to move in, and that's all that's going to happen this round. You know what, let's just shift everybody over on camera. There's 8 1/4 inches between them. And that's it. How exciting. Alright, priority. Beorn gets it again, but he's not in charge range. So if he runs a full, this is kind of silly, isn't it? If he runs his full 8 inches in, you're going to try to hit him with a lash, so we'll just do that.
Fearless. Lash. Hits.
Hits with the lash. Doesn't
5
actually do
plus
anything.
to wound, because strength 7 to d8.
Nope. No wound.
Actually,
The
technically,
lash pulls him into contact with you. Yeah.
Before I even move.
Yep, so there we go. Balrog did not move. Beorn is in base contact. Alright, Bjorn's going to heroic strike.
Alright.
See what his fight value gets up to.
I'm calling
More than
the
10.
free heroic combat.
Yes, of course. We're both at fight 10. Let's see what happens here.
Alright. See it? Balrog gets a 6.
Gets the 6. So, the strict reading of the rules in the book, you want to explain how this works when there's a tie and a tie at fight value?
Well, technically, the person who had priority would have to roll a dice, a single dice, and on a 1, 2, 3, it would be evil. 4, 5, 6, it would be good, or whatever
tie
the
goes to
players,
good or evil,
or
according.
whatever the players decide.
So in this case, it's pretty clear who's evil and who's good. But it is more gentlemanly, and the way that we prefer to do this, we just do a roll off. We would both grab a die and roll, and whoever rolls higher actually takes the fight. So that's what we usually do, just to be more gentlemanly about it. Balrog takes the first round.
Alright. Strength 9 to d8, needs 4s to wound.
Does he get any?
Goodness.
Balrog gets 1 wound.
Just 1.
If he happens to strike a wound, he will light the poor bear on fire. Does he have to roll for that? How's that work?
I do, but if you use fate, I don't even get to roll.
Well, that was the point I was going to make, is that I think Bjorn's going to use a fate anyway, just to make sure you don't even get a chance to roll. Passes handily, so Beorn takes 1 fate off his tally. That's it. Alright, here we go.
Priority.
Priority it is.
2.
3. Beorn fearlessly
Slide
charges.
this back.
Which means there's no fiery lash this round, or icy lash. We like icy lashes better.
Boy.
Heroic strike again.
Heroic combat.
Bjorn is up to enough. He's now fight 12, down to fight 10. So we tie for fight value again.
Set the
Rolling
bar at
fancy
a
dice.
6.
Got another 6. Roll off yet again.
Bang. 6.
So this time the bear hug is not happening.
Rolling to wound. What the?
No wounds.
Just.
We're burning up all the heroic strikes and doing no wounds.
Wow.
Now, dare I not even heroic strike this round. Oh, poor Beorn. Yeah, we're going to let that not happen. Alright, priority anyway. Doesn't matter.
6.
You got priority, so what are you doing?
Lash.
Of course. Hits on a 4 or
No
5?
wound. Hits on a 3.
It's on a 3, so there we go. But no wound. We're in combat. No heroic strike. He's got 1 might left. We'll see what happens.
Get a 6.
You got your 6. I got a 6, but you win.
4s. There's 1, 2, 3
So
wounds.
he actually does some damage this time. Alright, here comes 2 fate. Oh. Seriously. So fails 2 fate. Has to burn a might on that one to not be dead. So Beorn is out of might.
Get roasted,
Got
bear.
1 wound left. There you go. Takes the wound. Do you light me on fire? Strike your die to see if you actually get me.
You're on fire.
Gets the 6.
On fire.
Which means there's a
Strength
strength
9
9 hit
hit.
from the fire.
4 plus Beorn is slain.
No,
Oh, but end
not
of the
this
round,
time.
strength 5 hit.
At the end of this round,
On a
strength
roll
5
of a
hit.
6, Beorn is slain.
No. It's a hardy bear, but it's a nasty Balrog. Priority, here we go. No might left on Beorn, but he wins priority on that one anyway. So Bjorn's going to charge fearlessly because he's just that kind of bear.
3 heroic combat. I get a 5.
Got a 6. Beorn wins. Here comes the bear hug on the Balrog. All right, let's do some damage. Let's keep you just an inch away here.
4 plus.
Needing a 4. There's
That's
1
1.
wound. Needing another 4. No, only 1 wound. And no might to challenge that. New priority.
2.
Bjorn takes it. Charges.
Combat. I get a 5.
Beorn gets a 4. Yikes.
And then a 4 plus to wound.
And 1 4 is enough, but Beorn has not taken the Balrog round down. There's a win for the Balrog. Let's set them up and give ourselves another round here. Alright, Bjorn's dice are fired. New dice. Here we go. We're using Gemini because your Geminis are working well. So this is Gemini yellow-green with silver pips, and we've got some nice pipeweed going on the 6 right there. That's a smoke. So, priority. Let's get this heat started.
Here we go.
Priority
3.
to the Balrog.
6
Runs
up.
6.
He's not afraid.
Fearless Bear charges in. He's not afraid either. I'm going to play stats and hope that it makes sense to actually... You know what? You're going to get a 6 on your dice. Heroic Strike. Up to fight 10. There we go.
Alright. I get a 4.
Gets a 6. That's okay. You didn't need a 4 anyway. Oh, that's a good roll too. Sheesh. Alright, here comes a bear hug. First wound. Here comes another bear hug.
9 more to go.
Second wound. Here comes another bear hug. Third wound. Alright, reset the dice. No, that's not even mightable. 3 wounds into that Balrog. New priority.
Could have been worse.
Could have been better. 6s. Didn't you have it last round, I think? You did.
No, yes, I did.
So, charging in.
That sucks.
Oh dear. And he's got 2 might left.
Yep.
He's got 3 wounds and 3 fate left. He can take 1 loss. We're going to save that might for the dice.
Alright.
Hope that works out.
I get a 5.
5. He mites it. Takes the win.
Okay.
That was working out. Here we go. Here comes a new bear hug. Let's see what happens. 6.
Ooh.
1 wound. Where'd that go? 2 wounds. Nope. And not mightable. 2 wounds from Beorn this round. Here we go.
Down to 5.
We've got him halfway. Just takes it. Beorn fearlessly charges in. Scary bear that he is. He still hasn't taken a wound, has he?
Nope. He
So
is
we're gonna save his
completely
might.
unscathed.
Save his might for the dice.
Alright, Balrog's gonna get a 6 here. No.
Beorn gets a 4 high. Yuck.
So Balrog doesn't even need the 6.
Balrog takes it on a 5. If I might it, then you still win. I only have 1 might.
Fight 10 for the win.
Beorn is not going to win this one.
Alright, forced wound. There's 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Here comes 2 fate. Hopefully they both pass. 1 passes. Here comes a 3rd fate. Does not pass. Does he just might it? Ugh. Oh, he needs his might for other things. He's going to take it. So here comes a do you set me ablaze roll. Nope, you did not set me ablaze. So, Beorn's good for 1 more round. Now he's down to being in trouble. He is going to heroic strike this time. Wait a minute. Doesn't matter yet. He's got to roll priority.
4.
You take priority.
Flash.
Fails.
Misses.
Good.
Alright.
Here comes a heroic strike. Beorn is fight 14. Rounds down to fight 10.
I get a 5.
So do I. Yuck. So, roll off to see who wins this one. Come on, Beorn.
1.
Takes it. So
Of course
Beorn,
I roll a
ball
1.
hug.
Okay, you better not.
Here comes a big bear hug. Where does he get? Gotta love that dice. Okay, that's 1. That's 2.
No.
That
Yes!
is like a mega cocked die, but that's okay. So we've got, what, 6 wounds into the Balrog now?
All told taken? Yeah, it's down to 4.
4 left. Beorn's doing some damage. Can he win? Goodness. Priority. 5.
That's
Beorn
Beorn.
charges in fearlessly. Come on, scary bear. Do some more damage.
Alright.
Out of might. This is a normal fight. Let's see the stats.
4 high.
5 high. Beorn takes it on the 5. Lucky bear. Come on, Beorn. Gets a 6.
Oh, it's a 6.
Dice number 2. Where's it going?
That's another
That's another
6.
6. What do I need?
Oh,
We have 1 wound left. Okay, Mr. Balrog.
You better not.
4 for the win! Takes the Balrog down. Grrr. Wow, look at that.
That... Okay.
Bear hug works.
Okay.
Bear hug works. Ha! Resetting the round. Let's see if Beorn can
Well,
actually...
Balrog's salty now, and he's gonna burn you into the literal dirt.
Yeah.
Alright.
So here we go. We've got to win each. Beorn, the stakes are higher. Maybe Beorn should change dice again. Changing dice worked that time.
I don't think you want to go back to your old days.
No, I
Your
don't.
old days kind of sucked.
Should he mix them up? Use 1 of each?
They're just gonna roll.
Give them the chance to redeem
bad.
themselves? Oh, Beorn, stress.
You can try the priority. If they roll bad, use them for priority first round.
The stress. Here we go. All right. That's
need
bad
to-
dice on stress. On priority 4. Come on. I need that for bear hugging. Alright, charging in.
Charging. Lash.
Hits
Goes
with the
off.
lash.
Wounds.
Does a wound on the lash. So Beorn is softened on the way in. He's got 3 wounds and 3 fate left this round.
2 wounds through fate.
Which means, sorry, that's my name. Which means statistics being against me already. So he's going to hang on to his might this round. We're going to play out the fight. We'll see what happens. Not going to do that for
5.
long. Gets the 6. Beorn takes the win. Can he do anything more with it? All right, here we go. Where's my dice going? There's a 6. Dice number 2. Oops.
That's a 3.
That's a 3. Let's my die.
Okay.
We got a 4. Here comes another. That's a bad roll. Alright. I hope the might was worth it. Come on, Beorn.
Priority.
We've got two oh, takes it on a 2. It's okay. That's a good use for that 2. Let's keep those dice rolling something higher than normal. He's got 2 wounds and 3 fate left. He's going to fight this out normally.
Okay. I get a 6.
So do I, but that's not going to be enough. Alright.
Force.
Balrog takes
1,
this
2,
one.
3, 4.
Yep, there's some pain on Beorn. Here comes 3 fate, needing at least one of these to work. There's 2 of these to work, so 2 of them work, which means he would take 2 wounds after that. He would have to might this with his last 2 might. So the Beorn stays alive. He's got 1 wound left.
And takes the fire.
See if this sets him ablaze. Do you get a 6? Don't get a 6. You got a 6. You go. Alright, Beorn's on fire. Now does he take a
Strength
wound?
9. 4+, he dies.
No.
No.
Ha.
End of the round. Set ablaze. Strength 5. 6, he dies.
Oh, Beorn survives for another day. Priority.
6.
Not to Beorn.
Lash.
Hits.
Hits. Lash does not wound.
Does not wound. Good. So Beorn has 1 wound left. He's pulled into base contact. Alright. 3 dice. Stakes are high. Which dice are going to support me the best? I'm rolling 2 sets of dice. I'm sticking with these. I'm just curious to see if the saplings would have helped.
Okay. 6.
Doesn't matter. Saplings got me a 6. The other one's got me a 6. You know what? Stats did their job. Everybody got a 6.
Alright, forced wound. Butchering.
Yep, there's at least 1 4 in there. Oh, there's only 1 4 in there. Beorn takes 1 wound, but that's all it took. You know what? That's an angry Balrog. But Beorn killed him. Once. Out of 3. Poor Beorn.
Okay.
Good job, Beorn.
Oh my goodness, though.
That was stressful.
I had to fluff so many rolls for you to actually get that bear hug off.
That's true, isn't it?
I
You know
had
what?
to lose.
Statistically speaking, I don't know if the Balrog could have normally... Well, I mean, obviously he could have lost. I don't know if he would have lost. Should we do 1 more round for good measure?
You know, we can play a bunch of them off camera and just see what happens.
Let's do that.
Alright.
Bunch more rounds off camera, and then we'll come back in and just give you some quick updates. Alright, so cheerleaders in the background aside, what have we learned? Beorn is fierce, and if anything could kill a Balrog, it's Beorn. Balrogs are tough to kill.
Yeah. We did a bunch of matches just now, and the Balrog actually roasted Beorn in every single one of them.
So little lessons we found. Heroic striking from Beorn to the Balrog is defensive. It doesn't actually help him win and kill the Balrog. So more often than not, what we did in a bunch of matches we played off camera, it seemed to work best if Beorn never heroic struck early. When it's early and he's got all of his fate and his wounds, the Balrog can't one-turn kill him. At least statistically he can't. If he lashes and causes a wound on the way in, and then Beorn rolls poorly on his fate, he may have to burn a lot of might on his fate, but he can always last at least 1 round. And when he heroic strikes, it's still dice odds. He doesn't even win half of the fights that he heroic strikes on, which is really frustrating. And then if he rolls poorly, that means statistically he's going to roll 50% chance if they tie a fight 10, 50% chance the fight goes to the Balrog or goes to Beorn. So the best he gets out of a heroic strike is a 50% chance. And the Balrog has 4 dice, Beorn only has 3, so I mean odds are higher that the Balrog's going to get a 6 and Beorn's not even going to get a 6. So it costs him a lot of might to win the fights off of a heroic strike. It seems to work better for Beorn, at least in the early game, before he's taken a couple wounds. It works better to wait out the Balrog, spend the might on the fighting dice when he's wounding in the combat rolls, let me try that again, when he's trying to win the combats, spend the might to win the combats, and then spend the might on the bear hugs. But even then, he needs to get off 3 bear hugs to kill a Balrog. Pretty nasty.
Oh yeah. And then the Balrog just keeps wailing on him until eventually he just doesn't have any might, and then it's just a slugfest.
Yeah.
And even then, even if he does have might, often he can just get some early hits in, and if it really only takes 2 wins to kill Beorn.
Now, the biggest thing I think we saw off camera is that the Balrog gets a lot of free damage because he can lash on the way in, and because he sets ablaze. The first time he does a non-fated wound, he also has a chance to set the victim ablaze. And statistically, that's not going to work out every time, but if he does a bunch of different wounds, eventually one of them is going to go off, and as soon as he sets his opponent ablaze, he's getting Strength 9 and Strength 5 hits for free. So the Balrog does a lot of free damage, and it really adds up. So Beorn took a pounding in this combat. But hey, it was fun.
And now, in the finals, we have the Balrog and the Dragon.
Yep. We're going to see that in the next upcoming video. And we're going to do some off-camera stuff to prepare for some other fun videos too. But incoming, we've got a nasty, icy battle of the north going on with the Ice Dragon and the Ice Balrog. This ought to be fun. Yes, we upgraded our dragon. I've got another dragon we've been using for these combats, and the Ice Dragon's been on the workbench for a while, but we've got him ready. So we'll show you this Ice Dragon in future videos. We'll show you the consolation final, and we will also have some sort of special matches after the end of this final comes up. I don't know, you look at these two guys, I think it's pretty easy to tell who's going to win personally. But we'll play it out, we'll see what happens. And then after that, we've got some special matches lined up for the winner of our Monster Mash. Thanks for watching. Hope you've been having fun watching these videos. Any thoughts for us, Dennis, before we wrap up here?
I think that this mash so far has gone almost exactly how I expected, actually.
Yeah, not really a lot of surprise.
Balrog just trashing people, Beorn just trashing people. The Dragon was actually, I didn't call it, but it's one of the upper tier monsters in the mash. So it kind of makes sense that it would come out on top, especially if you look at the point value. Now, in comparison to all the other monsters, these three are probably, like, these two and Beorn are probably the 3 most expensive monsters in the mash.
And the 3 fiercest, if you read their stat lines, they're nasty. But that makes them fun. And part of the reason we wanted to play out the mash.
Yeah, and you don't often actually see them in point match play. Beorn, you see him every now and then. The Dragon, you never see him. And the Balrog is way more popular than it used to be before. You'll actually see it played competitively. But it's still very rare.
Yeah, a straight dragon you'd never see. You see upgraded dragons from time to time. But if you upgrade the dragon, it's going to cost you 350 points. You can get a Balrog for the same price, or you can get a Sauron for the same price. So it's not a very popular model. We don't see it very often. And when it takes a wound, it's got to take a courage check, and it may just fly away on you, which is a very expensive loss. So either way, we've had a lot of fun playing out these monster mashes. Balrog takes the semi-final from Beorn. The dragon and the Balrog are going to take it to the final. And we will be back with another video soon. My Govanen, thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave us some comments, and we will look forward to getting back to you. And we'll talk to you in another video soon.